This time on Rico's Garage, we added some towing equipment to the Suburban. And we're testing it out with Mama's JK. And hopefully we get it back before she gets home. Alright, so I'm getting a full 12 volts back there and I shouldn't be. Something's not right. So, I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. I'm going to go ahead and tidy up this wiring. I'm not a big fan of the style controller that's in this truck anyway, and I was going to try to use it because I'm a tight ass, but I've got a nice digital controller I took out of the Ford. I'm going to put it in there. So, keep watching. They actually make a tool that makes this split loop easier to use. And every time I see it on Amazon or the tool truck or whatnot, I talk myself out of buying it. Then until I'm in the midst of a wiring job, I'm like, oh dude, why did you talk yourself out of buying that? Doesn't that look so much nicer? You probably can't even see it. Let's show you what we got here. See? Doesn't that just say, hey, this guy actually gives a crap about his vehicle? So much nicer. Okay. Let's put this on real quick before we change out the brake controller. Thank you, Race, for making the label peelable. I appreciate that. Now it doesn't look like a bag of ass. Nice blue drawbar. Of course, they left the one with their brand name, but oh well, I can live with that. The warning label, peelable. Nice touch. I like it. Again, I cannot believe I had to buy a drawbar with that much raise in it because the truck is so freaking low. But it was $2,800, and the money I saved on this is going to go on that truck in the background. That's what I have to keep telling myself. $2,800. I don't think I'm going to leave that on there all the time. I don't see that happening. But I don't know. Kind of hokey. Got some debris in there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to leave that on there all the time. Alright. Sorry, but it's getting cold in here. I'm going to have to turn the heat on. Okay, so like I said, this has a Taconcha Voyager brake controller in it, which is kind of one of the first generations of electronic brake controllers. It doesn't have a digital readout. Instead, it's got a light that changes colors. It's not a bad controller, but on hooking the trailer plug up, we've got an issue. Something's not quite right. And I've got a good draw-type controller over there that I just pulled out of the Ford. I know it works. I know it's good. It's got the digital readout, which I fine-tuned. My trailer has brakes on both axles, so I kind of know to set it at like 1.5 when it's empty. When I put the Jeep on it, set it around 2.5 to 3. I need a little more with just doing a half-ton two-wheel drive truck. It might not have the braking I'm used to, but it gives me a range rather than just a stupid light. Hey, the brakes are working or they're not. So we're going to okay, I pulled the old brake controller out of the Suburban, and I've got the new one as well. So I thought I would just give you a brief little rundown on what we're using. Again, we've discovered an issue. I'm not going to mess with it. I've got the new controller. That's the way we're going to go. This is what was in the Suburban. Concho Voyager, and it's got the manufacturer sticker on the back, 6 of 97. Back in 97, this was the hot setup. This was the electronic brake controller. You didn't have to run the old school hydraulic line into the cab anymore. You could get a direct plug-in harness for this. It worked good. And essentially how it worked, you had an LED light here, and the more braking power you had, the brighter the light would get. It would go to red, it would be green when the trailer was plugged, it would go to red when the brakes were on, and you would adjust the braking sensitivity on the side here. It also had to be level because it had an inertia sensor inside of it. So there was a procedure you would have to do, set this, the light would blink, and all that. Like I said, it was unplugged. I began to think it was unplugged for a reason. It didn't work. So we're going to take this and install it in that trash can over there. This is a draw-tight activator. I'm not for or against it. It came with the Ford when I bought it, the wife's F-150. It was a good controller, it works. Not my favorite by any means, but not my least favorite either. It just simply works, that's all I can say. This actually has a sensitivity up and down, has a manual override. When you adjust your sensitivity and your brakes are on, it actually has a digital readout here that tells you how many volts it's sending back to the trailer. It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but again, like I said, when my trailer is empty, I kind of already know in my head where I want to set, and when I've got it loaded where I want to set, and I adjust it accordingly. But it gives me a good baseline to run, rather than just, hey, the light's on, it's working, or no, it doesn't work. So I've got it, a cheap ass, rather than buying a new Prodigy controller or something like that, I'm going to use it. So let's throw it in, and hopefully we'll have enough daylight left we can go test out and see how this thing goes. So watch me install this. Oh, I guess before I install it, I can kind of give you an idea of most late model vehicles nowadays. Everything's plug-in simple. You plug the harness into the vehicle, and it's color coded, and then you either, like the Prodigy I have that are running a bunch of other trucks, has a plug-in in the back. So you buy a harness that plugs into the vehicle and it plugs into the brake controller. If you do have to hardwire one old school and you don't have the plug-in harness, it's really not that difficult. You have a white ground wire, blue, as you know from hooking up the trailer connector, goes to the electrical brakes. Red taps into your vehicle stoplight switch, the brake pedal. Black goes to power. That's it. That's all you need. Again, like I say, if you get the adapter harness, you just plug it in and go. If not that difficult to wire up. But one thing you want to make sure, your constant power wire, make sure you have a self-resetting circuit breaker on there. Brakes are pretty critical, and the circuit breaker will keep you from an overload, but it will reset and maybe give you a little bit of brake if you need it. If the fuse blows, and they kind of give you an indication what's going on, hey, my wire's going green, no. Fuse blows, that's it, you're done. Until you get another fuse in, figure out why the fuse is blowing, you have no brakes. At least the breaker will give you kind of a warning, and you can fix the problem and get back on the road. If you have a fuse in there and you fix the problem, you may not have an extra fuse with you. One other thing you want to pick up, get you a 7-pin to 4-pin adapter. Each one of these, toss it in the glove box. I try to keep all my trailers 7-pin just for simplicity's sake, but if you ever borrow a trailer or if you need a U-Haul trailer or something, you'll be glad you got this. We're actuating with the brake pedal. We put the tester in. We don't have our 12-volt parasitic power back there that we had with the other controllers, so linking everything down to a back brake controller. So I'm going to tidy up these wires, take this thing around out to the trailer, and see what we got. Okay, so we took the trailer around the block, and the cursory around the block inspection reveals it's fine. So the only vehicle we have right now, since we don't know the current state of the YJ, since it's still locked in the garage, we're going to borrow Mama's JK while she's not home and put it on the trailer and go see how it does. Because the only other thing I have on the property right now is the K5, which weighs about as much as a Suburban. That's probably not good. Or this random Ford that isn't even mine. So let's borrow Mama's rig. So we're going to put Mama's JK on the trailer, and cameraman Johnny's going to hop in the passenger seat, and we're going to tell you how this thing does. And we don't lie on this channel, so if it's a total turd, we're going to tell you it's a total turd. If it keeps its guts on the highway, well, you're going to be right there with us. So let's get this thing loaded. How unhappy is it? Oh, it's not bad. Kind of looks cool on the trailer, doesn't it? Johnny doesn't speak.
Yeah.
All right, hop in, Johnny. Let's go see how it does. an issue.
What?
We gotta stop at the gas station. Trailer's got a low tire.
I saw that, kind of. I didn't know if it was bad enough to say.
So, rather than drag out 50,000 feet air hose, we gotta turn up the brakes a little bit. It doesn't feel bad. You might want to put your belt on.
Oh, Dad, I was trying to film you. I gotta get buckled.
Even cameraman Johnny needs to wear her seatbelt. Which, granted, I'm not wearing mine now, but the gas station's like right there, so. We got the brakes dialed. Okay, I'll be right back, John.
Okay.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Dad.
This time on Rico's Garage, we added some towing equipment to the Suburban. And we're testing it out with Mama's JK. And hopefully we get it back before she gets home. So what we're going to do is take this baby, give her a little lap around town. Whew. It's warm in here, Johnny.
Yeah.
We'll give her a quick lap around town. And then we got a pretty good grade coming out of town to the highway. We'll see how it handles that. And then we'll buzz up and down the highway. Where Mama's out running 20 miles right now, and the look on her face is going to be priceless when she sees her prized JK come flying by with a trailer. Or when she sees her idiot husband and her daughter sitting on the side of the road because they just puked the Suburban. It could go either way. You've seen this show before. So far in town's not bad. Truthfully, the JK and the buggy probably weigh pretty close. I'm not sure exactly what a JK weighs, but I'm sure they're a little portly. Forgot, we can't do that while we're on YouTube. Can't play copyrighted music. You're supposed to tell me, Johnny.
I forgot, Dad. I'm sorry.
You're supposed to say, Dad, what are you doing? You're an idiot.
Most of the time I just think it. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you know. I make it easy for you.
Well, I gotta be respectful.
True. True. We all know Johnny is the model of respect.
Oh, yeah.
Should we go pick up What's-His-Nuts towing the JK?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't showered.
You haven't showered.
We're not doing that.
You still got the Godzilla hair going on.
Yeah, I do. And you're gonna feed me first.
True. So I made a comment earlier that, you know, everybody's wondering, where's the videos? How come we haven't posted any videos? A couple people asked us yesterday why we haven't posted any videos. I just simply said that, you know, having a video headline, Rico spends all day at the dance competition, isn't exactly riveting television. What do you think?
I think
I'm right?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Don't have any more of those for a while. We can make more videos now.
Okay, we're trying the grid. We're actually going to get slowed down by the Grand Cherokee and not the JK on the back. Not bad.
No?
40 mile an hour because we have a... I'm not sure what the hell they call it. ZJ? I think it's a ZJ. We have a ZJ in front of us that's putting. Not bad. Trailer brakes are braking.
That's always good.
It's a plus. There's your mom. Where are you guys at? Yes!
I think she's probably wondering why we're both driving two separate vehicles, too.
And here's your mother calling. This is Mrs. Rico on the phone. Hello.
Yeah.
We are testing out the Suburban with your JK.
We testing it out with my JK.
We have your JK on the trailer and we're pulling it with the Suburban.
You guys are crazy.
Well, yes. Yes,
Where
we
you
are.
at?
Just came up the hill, getting ready to turn on the highway. We're going to run it up and down the highway and then we'll be home.
Okay. Crazy.
Yes.
I'll probably be showered and done before then.
All right, beautiful.
Alright.
See you in a little bit.
Alright. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
She handled that pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, that's not how I thought that was gonna turn out.
Figured we'd have to tell Skylar, you're gonna have to edit out the part where your mom was on the phone.
Me too.
Or just put one long beep there. You can go. There you go. Alright, here we go. Freeway speed. JK on the back. 35. About half throttle. 60. 2-3 shift. 6 mile an hour and climbing. About half throttle. 70 mile an hour, about 3,000 RPM. We're just going to hold her here for a little bit. Naturally, we have the overdrive off. It's really handling it pretty well. Pressure's good, temperature's holding about right where it normally does. Got gasoline in the tank. Bolts are holding. Johnny's smiling. It's a good day. Is it our big day?
I'm not saying it, but yes it is.
Yes?
Yes.
Not falling for it, huh? Can't
No.
get it. It's my big day.
No, I'm
No.
not saying that. Oh, Dad.
I don't really believe we're going 75 mile an hour though. Let's do a little verification. GPS speedometer says... Yeah, we have a speedometer issue. Speedometer says 71. GPS says 63.
64 now.
64. exhaust. No, the straight pipe is like objectionably loud. Not bad.
Oh, really?
Okay, going by the speedometer, which we know isn't right, but we'll use it anyway. We're 75 at the bottom of the grade, same throttle position, and we lost 1 mile an hour on that hill. I think we're doing alright. Johnny is playing with different camera angles.
Well, you can't see you because the light outside is making you dark. So you're just a shadow.
I'm just a shadow.
Yeah. Like a silhouette.
I see.
Yep.
How can we fix that?
No idea.
Alright, we're going to hit the big grade. See how it handles that. And turn this baby back around. I could just go ahead and go on up to Attica. No, they are closed. We kind of waste my trip.
Go up to where we go to bin that doesn't close.
Huh?
It's ice.
Oh, well, it's right there.
I mean, we could. Mom would never know.
Oh, yeah.
No, she would never know. Just wash it before you come home.
Yeah. Alright, we hit the big grade, 75 mile an hour. Same throttle position. There's 1 mile an hour. There's 2 mile an hour. And we topped the grade. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. How's that work? Oh no, it's clock's off because I had the battery on it. That's why.
So what actual time is it?
It is 4:38.
Okay. That makes more sense. You hear the noise in the front?
Yeah, I hear it. The alternator's screaming a little bit or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Stranded motorist? No, we have a motorist switching drivers. Okay. When it came time to end this video, I didn't want to do the usual thank you for watching RICO'S Garage, blah blah blah. I actually thought I'd spend a couple days with the Suburban, using it as daily driver, and drawing some conclusions for you to end the video with that. First things first, 15 minutes into my commute Monday morning, did all this work that you've seen Sunday. 15 minutes into the Monday morning commute, one thing became readily apparent. This gigantic receiver that I am ashamed have to use as a riser instead of a drop, because normally it would be manly truck, not manly truck, but it is what it is. Anyway, this gargantuan drawbar is not going to live in the back of the Suburban as I originally done it. I can't stand it in the receiver hitch. I think it looks hideous. So I pulled it out, tossed it in the back with the other tools and stuff that I've got back there. And like I said, 15 minutes into the ride of work of this thing sliding around in the back of the truck, I realized that was not going to get it. Then, as your mind often wonders, or mine does anyway, do I really want this however many pound projectile rocketing into my skull should the unlikely happen? We roll the vehicle over. We're involved in a crash. I had the misfortune of being in a rollover accident once. Actually several times if you count the off-road, but on the way to work, a buddy of mine and myself rolled over a Jeep Wagoneer, and after the crash, laying in the seat, I look over and there's a gigantic toolbox next to my head. Had that vehicle rolled one more time, Rico wouldn't have a head anymore, and you can't live without a head. Sad, but you can't. So, when I got home from work, immediately, this thing went right here on the desk, because I happened to pull it in to check some other things. And it's going to live on the trailer, right in the toolbox of the trailer, and when we need it, we'll put it in the hitch and use it, and when we're done, we'll put it back in the toolbox of the trailer. The trailer brake controller worked great towing the JK. I say that because it's right over here. Do some work on it, but anyway. Using it, the brakes seem to me a lot more aggressive than I remember with the Ford. And first I thought it was just me because it's been a while since I had that trailer behind a vehicle. But I just didn't remember it being that aggressive. And I'd done some checking on the interwebs during my lunch break and actually pulled up an instruction manual for that brake controller because I've never had one. It came with the Ford when we bought it, and it worked, so I used it. And before the Ford was gone, I pulled it out because it's a decent brake controller. Like I said earlier, not my favorite, but it works. It's decent, and it's a good thing I did because it turned out the one that was in the Bourbon was junk. Anyway, there is actually an adjustment on the side of that controller for how aggressive the brakes apply, and looking at it, it's on the max. Good possibility I bumped it taking it out of the Ford and didn't notice, didn't pay any attention. To adjust it, naturally the trailer's going to have to be back behind the truck and plugged in and everything, so next time I got the trailer on, and now that I know about the adjustment, I'll fiddle with that, let you know how it works. No reason it shouldn't. It worked fine behind the Ford. So, I think that covers everything as far as what we were repairing. But the big question, can a half-ton two-wheel drive Suburban work as a tow rig? The answer is yes. Is it ideal? It's not the best situation. But that's not what it's bought for. It was bought more for a daily driver and to cover as a tow rig until we get the 3+3 over there done. It's not the right vehicle for the job, but it's the vehicle that we have right now, if that makes any sense to you. Am I saying that the half-ton Suburban is the way to go, the end-all be-all tow rig? Absolutely not. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm only hoping to have to use it a handful of times within a couple hours from home, forget it. That truck would not, it just wouldn't survive. The rear end wouldn't hold up, the transmission wouldn't hold it, but we're going to use it. It did fine with the JK behind it. I've towed with vehicles that were a lot better, by all means. I've towed with vehicles that are a lot worse. So we're just going to make the best of it. We know that we're not going to be running leading the pack. It's not going to leave everybody's newer trucks in the dust, by no means. But it's going to get us there, and that's all that matters. So the takeaway from all this is, if you're going to buy a vehicle and plan on towing with it, buy the best equipped truck you can afford. And decide which is more important. If you're going to spend more time daily driving and maybe only tow once or twice a month, you know, half hour to an hour away from home, get a half ton. You'll be fine. If you're going to get a newer truck, a newer half ton is miles ahead of what that half ton is. But if you're on a budget and you're in a situation like I was, I had $4,000 cash and I needed a daily driver that could be used as a tow rig. There's not much out there. The idea of finding, I really wanted another GMT 400, a 3/4 ton. That's the 88 to 2000 body style. They're just not out there. The ones that were in my price range were absolute garbage. Turns out I missed out on one. A buddy of mine would have sold me a 98, and I know the history on it because I do all his work for him, but I found out after I bought the Suburban he would have sold it to me. But those are special deals. That's buddy deals. Yeah, it's not what you find on Auto Trader or Craigslist or whatnot. And I'm here to tell you, after 2 weeks of looking and trying to find something in that price range, it's not out there. That's all there is to it. So, I kind of got off track there. The takeaway from it: if you have a half ton now and you're wanting to get into wheeling, don't go out and blow your money on a bigger truck. Get your wheeling rig built. Use your half ton till your budget allows you to upgrade better. It can be done. You just have to be smart about it. If you're wheeling, you know, a full-size truck, it's going to be sketchy, but if you be smart about it, you can do it. If you're just wheeling a Jeep, then no reason your half ton won't work. So, hope this answered some of your questions about using a half ton as a tow vehicle. I hope you learned a thing or two about the wiring up of the brake controller. Really enjoyed doing these videos for you guys. Starting to get some feedback from people. Granted, it's mostly local, but still, feedback's feedback, and you know people are actually watching. I do ask that you leave me a comment. Hit the like button if you like what we're doing. If you don't like what we're doing, then hit the thumbs down. You know, I got to know, what do you like, what do you don't like. If you want to keep up with the projects we're doing here at Rico's Garage, hit that subscribe button, click on the little bell somewhere up above here, and that'll give you notifications when we actually post something. Sorry for not posting videos lately, but things got away from us. What else can I say? I'm not going to make excuses. So, go out there, build you a rig, tell me what you like to see, click the notifications button. Stay on track with some projects we've got coming up. I got some really cool stuff. Now with this Suburban, I know it's going to be adequate as a tow rig. I really need to get that 3+3 going, so I'm going to call in the boys. See if I can't get the boys over here and dogpile it, get going on it. So stay tuned for that. Y'all still need to hear the story about the Ford. We'll put that in a video, and I think that's about it for now. So get out there and work on something. I'll catch you later.